There it goes. I hit the wrong button. Started the wrong countdown. Everything was wrong, and I just realized it. Welcome everybody to the Making It Up as we go. In true fashion, we are screwing it up from the very beginning. Welcome, and let's get moving here. Bringing our group tonight. We have Mr. Paul Corliss. Hey, Paul, how you doing, sir?
Good. Thanks for having me on.
Always, sir. Always. Pleasure's all ours. We have Paul too, Mr. Hammerquist. How you doing, sir?
Doing well.
Very good. And Sean wasn't able to join us this evening, so Kenneth Jacquin joined us. So I appreciate you joining in on it with us on short notice there, buddy.
Yep. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Man, a few words. Excuse me. Let's see here. Just trying to think of what is going on in the world that we need to talk about before we get moving. First item here. Here, let me go here. And we'll go here. We'll talk about good old Makers Rock. The Makers Rock collaboration is coming. It is now currently 6 days away. Yeah, I'm not sure, but Paul might be the only one still signed up for it yet. I keep wanting to, but I've been running into problems with being able to do anything for that, except for promote it. So, our buddy Matt Haas is putting that on every year, and go make a cool rock album art cover, and then everybody that's involved, which could be just Paul at this point. Releases them all on the same day, and then everybody gets to join in on the fun of what they're making. So good times had by all on that.
Paint.
What was that?
I'm still trying. I have one thing painted out of like 8 layers.
Nice.
Yeah. One.
I'm waiting for the Christmas challenge.
Yeah, there you go. All right, well let's get moving here with hit the wrong button on that. There we go. What's been going on with the panel this week? Mr. Corliss, you got anything going on this week? What have you been working on?
No, I had a real busy week, even though I can't tell you what all I did, but I had a busy week and I never even got in the shop this week.
There you go. But you are thinking about maybe upgrading to a Vectric, the new Vectric one?
Seriously considering it for if you have the current VCarve Pro and it's 11.5 and you're all up to date, it's $175 to upgrade it. And from what I understand, that after the end of the month, it goes up something like another $50 or something.
Ooh, wow. So would you get a big benefit out of upgrading it?
I don't know. There's some really neat features in the new one that I really like. Like it does inlays almost automatically. You show it the thing that you want to inlay, and it does the tool pass and it cuts them both, and you don't have to do hardly anything, which is a neat feature. It's got a different sketch thing where you can download something from AI and then tell it you want it sketched and it'll sketch it. And there's a few things on there that I think if I had it, I would probably use it. But would I use it $175 worth? I'm still on the fence about that, but it won't be any cheaper. So
yeah, I hear you. Well, I mean, there's reasons why I'm still on SketchUp 2015.
I'm on 2008.
No, see, well, you can get 2015 for free. I mean, I had that was like the last. Well, somewhere around there it was like the last time that they had it where you had it locally on your computer. You didn't have it, online all over the place. And
that was before Trimble or whatever it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, I bought it. Yeah, and so I use it for my solar stuff, all my permitting and design stuff on that. But
Yes,
crazy.
I had a very non-productive week.
That's always. I mean, you got to once in a while.
Yep.
It's got to be busy, but not that busy.
Well, midweek, I had to get a colonoscopy, so that kind of messes up the whole week.
That's a pain in the ass. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
the good news was the doctor said I'm so old, unless my family doctor says different, I never have to get another one.
there you go. If only they do that with taxes, like,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
all right, you've paid enough at this point. You're
Yep.
good to go.
Your thought process.
Yeah, right. It'd be nice. Instead, they tax you on taxes. So
Yeah.
What about you, Mr. Hammerquist? What have you been working on this week? We did have a video come out, and
Yes.
that we'll yak about. But
Video. Working on another video.
I
promise I'm working on my Maker's Rock. And then 3D printing.
Ooh.
We got Lego Spock.
Ooh.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, nice.
Feet move, arms. Do come off kind of easy, but that was fun. And then the bamboo mouse.
Oh, sweet. That's the kit that you got for buying the machine.
Yeah. The back messed up. It's that silk. I've had some issues with the silk, but overall, I mean, I was pretty impressed. It works pretty well. I like it.
Yeah, I like that they put those kits in to some of the machines now. They didn't put one in with mine, but at the time they were putting them in with like the A1 Mini and stuff like that. So I like that they're doing it. It gives you something to really like work with your machine with a project. So I think that's pretty cool. I actually thought it'd be really cool to, like, when I started seeing those, I was like, oh, that would be a cool business model, is making
kits,
project things like that and selling them. But that takes work. I wouldn't do that.
Well, I used to do a monthly subscription box, hacker box, and they would send you kind of Arduino based projects to do every month. And it's pretty cool. I mean, it's a little pricey, and I haven't done it in a couple of years, but it really did get me into Arduinos and getting to know how to use them. And am I awesome at it? No, but I can hack my way around and get them to work.
There you go. There we go. So, what about you, Kenneth? What have you been working on, buddy? You got anything for us?
Well, I have 2 kiddos, so being productive in anything other than them is pretty rough. But I did manage to fully trim and resurface my spoil board on my One Infinity. So
there you go.
One I won during the Gatton Christmas Challenge.
This sucker right here.
Yeah, and as you can see, I'm one of those that I had more fun building the thing. So I 3D printed cable management, hose boom, and then the surface top that I have there is solid wood. I got that from a surplus store here in town. So just kind of piecemealing it all together and got it to that stage right there.
It looks good, man.
Good.
That's a really nice setup.
Yeah, I did just because I wanted to. Right out the gate, the second I got it bolted down, I ran a V-carve. I was like, okay, this definitely needs spoil board, needs to be surfaced, everything else. So I took the time, made my own jig for the tramming, and ran that, and had to shim out the router mount quite a bit, but got it honed in. So
cool, very cool.
To make some chips now.
Yeah, it looks great.
I like that vacuum. The dust collection.
Yeah.
That was,
is that like conduit or?
No, that was actually an old closet rod.
Oh, okay.
And then there's a couple people that sell the elbow joints that you can zip tie them to. There's a couple that are also out on Thingiverse that I just snagged and ran them instead. So
there you go.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Man, can't wait to see what you end up doing with the Gatton Christmas challenge this year.
yeah, we'll see what happens.
Hey, and trick to getting into the shop a little bit more with the 2 kiddos, teach them how to sand.
Oh, there you go.
Well, right now my one son, he just wants to take all my scrap boards, and I just give him some nails, and he just starts hammering away. So
Heck yeah, man.
for a little bit. But
that's what I would do as a kid.
Yeah, the thing I'm trying to get him to stop doing is coming over and hitting that red button on the CNC.
Yeah, that's not healthy.
No.
And you make that a little less tempting.
Yeah. I remember when I was a kid, and it took me a number of years to realize what was actually happening. But I'd go, hanging out with my grandma, and she'd go over to Mr. Jim's house. And then I would be sitting outside playing, making wooden airplanes out of 2x4s. And and then eventually I was like, oh, grandma was busy.
Forrest Gump.
Good for grandma. Good deal. Oh, yep. That's family history of the Ballards. Yep. Well, cool. For me, it's been kind of busy. You can kind of see behind me, everything's kind of a mess because I was filming some stuff the other day, and then yesterday into today, I was at a Boy Scout camp out, and I may not be able to ever lay down again or move because my back hurts so bad from sleeping directly on the ground. I'm like so concerned about the kid having all of his stuff. Completely forgot my air mattress. Completely forgot my bag of my stuff and all that. And so it was a day.
Boy Scout.
Oh, it was rough, but he had a good time, so that's all that mattered really. But good times. We did like a 3-mile hike on the Appalachian Trail today, and at one point I was hoping to die. Please let me just fall over and bury me on this tree. but it was fun. But besides that, I've been working on product design, and we're doing the put out that video a couple weeks ago about the quick disconnect for the laser machine, and I've been working on a new design, a producible design for that, which I think I've got it nailed down. I was I'm putting the new version onto my machine, so I had to take my old machine apart, and this is the biggest piece that I have left over. Here, I had to completely destroy it to be able to get the magnets out. But my point to that is, well, one is that yes, I am that cheap that I'll take out the 50-something magnets that were in there. But I had to the layer adhesion of that bamboo machine was ridiculous. Like, it was so hard to get to the magnets themselves. I was really impressed with the layer adhesion of the PLA filament that I had used. So it was pretty cool. I mean, it was a pain, but we got through it. But it was a good time. Besides that, let me get rid of this thing. There's been some other news that have come out as far as in just stuff without videos. One was you Onefinity guys all know about PWNCNC. Evidently, they're having a Yellow Friday sale on May 24th, and they've got some pretty great discounts on stuff. So if you're interested in any of that, you can check them out. Good times. Also, our buddy Stacy over there at G3 CNC, he's just come out with a new UC CNC controller. So these are the pictures that he was posting about it. So there's the nice big enclosure. And oops, hit the wrong button. Oh, there it is. New USB controller featuring the UCCNC UC100 controller and C11G breakout board. So this thing's like complete. It's ready to go. It's a plug and play solution. Fourth axis, big waterproof case. The controller, it's pre-wired with 425 ounce stepper motors. It's a pretty good setup if you're building your own CNC. Here's what it looks like on the inside. So it's a real nice, tidy wiring job. The controllers are there, or the steppers are in there, and all that good stuff. You got the airplane connectors there on the bottom of it and all that. So it's a real nice unit. So if you're interested in that, go over there to GCNC or G3CNC.com and you can order one. So that's always cool to see. Besides that, we've been talking about the Versapod over many weeks, and their Kickstarter has ended now. Unfortunately, they didn't hit their $50,000 goal, so funding was unsuccessful. They did have 16 backers on it, but they didn't quite get to where they wanted to be for that. But I've reached out to them trying to get some information on it and all that, but I haven't been able to get a response yet. So maybe I'm emailing the wrong people or something. Not really sure, but wish them luck on if they try again. That'd be pretty cool. I think it's a pretty neat product, so it's good times. All right, well let's get into some of these other videos for this week and yabba dabba do on stuff. Actually, before that, let's go back here to Kenneth here. So, Kenneth, so you won the Onefinity on the Christmas challenge. So how has your CNC life changed since you've gotten that machine?
It's just the ideas have not stopped. It's like one of those where you just go through and watch every CNC thing related. I mean, I've been watching Dave's channel for years, and just nonstop watching it. And it's like, okay, I see people doing cutting boards and inlays, and I'm like, what is that one thing that's going to be different? And so without even truly diving in as deep as everybody else has, I'm already thinking probably way beyond my limits. And like, what can I do? What can I break? Those types of things. But I mean, I started out with a Ender 3. I still have it from 2018. It's still trucking. I mean, the original. And then I bought my 2 Trees laser 5.5, and that's what I use mostly on the Christmas challenges. Mm-hmm. And so now having something even bigger, greater, that can be more destructive and make bigger chips and bigger panels will be fun. So
nice.
Yeah, I'm excited to dive in. Like I said, the ideas have not stopped, and really my only limitation is, well, bits, of course, will be one, but just time. I'm kind of a midnight hobbyist, as I call myself. I do like moonlighting. If I was designing anything for anybody, it's usually in the evening, late at night when the kids are out. So, yep. Sweet. And it's hard to run a CNC router late at night, as you understand. But
yeah. Yeah, it definitely does. Yeah, mine's in my basement. So even when my wife is like just taking a nap, I'm like, come on, can you wake up? Please wake up. I need to do something.
Yeah, it's out in the garage, so I need to do a couple test runs, with everything full blown carving and stand outside and see how loud it truly is.
Yeah.
I've even went to extreme already thinking about an enclosure. It might be overkill, but we'll see.
Sweet, man.
Where are you located, Ken?
What's that?
Where are you located?
Columbia, Missouri. About as central Missouri as you can get.
In the hot in the summer and cold in the winter.
Yeah, we've technically had almost 4 seasons in one day. So if you don't, our running joke here is if you don't like it, just wait 24 hours,
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you on that. Oof. It gets to be a mess. Well, good. Well, I'm glad that you're having a good time with it. And, we're looking forward to seeing some more projects come off of that thing because you have a good creativity to work with. And so it'll be fun to see some stuff that you have coming off of that thing. Let's see here. We'll jump over here to some questions or information that was people putting out there. Rob out there in Aussie world, he's got the 11.5. The upgrade went from 620 to 709 since last week because of the exchange rate. Oh,
wow.
Oh. And sometimes it can go the other way. You could have had it to 709 and it went to 620. That's craziness. Our buddy Jerry, he's on California time now. Yep, we're on much earlier over that way this time of year, or I guess still this time, whatever. Anyway, John, Boy Scout motto is be prepared. Yeah, I'm not the Boy Scout. My son is. So, good times. Let's see here. Do we have any other? Whoops, hit the wrong button there. There we go. Clyde, I'm south of Messy Paul in Canada.
Yep.
It's always so weird that there's like parts of Canada that are lower, that are not as high up as other places in the U.S. It always makes it strange. Here's John's got some inspiration there for you, Kenneth. Built a soundproof room for my Gatton and Bob's Quantum and have the OhmTech 60 in there also. He can run them anytime, so that's always a good thing. Built a rolling enclosure in the house for a small CNC he'd never used. Oof, man. Well, that was all pretty awesome of you there, Jerry. Thanks for helping a brother out. So good times. All right. Nope. Hit the wrong button again. I'm gonna hit the right button one of these times. I'll tell you what, man. I got like 2 hours of sleep. I'm running on fumes, man. I am running on fumes. All right. Well, let's get working on some of these videos that we were talking about this week, and then maybe I'll fall asleep somewhere. We got brew builds. You guys ever watch brew builds? It was the first video that I've watched from him. But he was making he has his 3D printer there in his shop, and he needed some wood storage. So he built this very tall wood storage and enclosure for his printers and stuff. It seems like a neat concept, but I think it would be a big pain in the ass myself. Having to go up the ladder to get to your printer and stuff like that. But it was an interesting build on how he did it.
Yeah, it would be cool. I saw a video, like one of the shorts on YouTube, where they had the 3X or 4X robotic arm picking up stuff off 3D printers. If you had one of those in that shelf, it'd be fine,
It's not really space saving, but yes.
Yeah. I didn't say anything about space saving. I was just saying, having to go up and down the ladder,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my same thought when I watched that video. I was like, man, to go up there every time. I mean, if you have a very reliable printer, maybe, but knowing my ender, I mean, I have stuff failed just because of bad filament or whatever, but to go up there every time and then deal with it, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he did a really nice job building the thing, but for me, it wasn't very practical. I would still want it lower, where you can walk up to it and take care of it. I mean, even like if it was a foot lower, but then again, you wouldn't be able to use that with that storage of the lumber storage because it's got to be at least 4 feet off the ground. But it seems like his was even taller than that. But either that or the guy's really short. I don't know. 3D printing did some cool puzzles. I didn't get to watch all of this one, and I only got to start watching it, but it was pretty sweet. Some of the 3D printed stuff that they were working on. Did anybody else get to check this one out?
Yeah, I got pretty far through it. I didn't get to all mechanics, but I did see, how about to go about solving it.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck. I mean, it's awesome. And what, yes, you could figure it out once, but it's an awesome build. Yeah, it truly is.
Sweet.
Maybe the clues could have been a little easier. Maybe. I don't know.
I'll have to go back and finish it. But yeah, the thing that drew me to this one initially wasn't even this project puzzle box. It was he had a 3D printed QR codes puzzle thing or something like that. And I was like, oh, I got to go check that out.
Yeah, because it was his April Fool's joke that he put up. And then so if you went there, you got early access to the file.
Oh, okay.
And so, I mean, it's cool. It really is. But so you turn the mechanisms and there's all kinds of clues to which ones you turn and which ones need to be facing in. And so I don't want to ruin it for anybody if they don't want to know the answer.
Well, I'm going to go back and finish watching it because I definitely didn't get very far into it to really see it, but it looked really sweet.
You have a super chat out there, Ryan.
Oh, where really? Oh, wow. Oh, geez. Yeah. This guy, look at this guy. What's up? He's got he's down in Georgia now. Dude, got unpacked. Power Recon 240 run near in the basement will be on soon. Man, well, thanks, JR. I appreciate that, buddy. That was very kind of you. Can't wait to see the new awesome shop. When he does a shop update in his new house, it's going to be must watch. It's definitely going to be must watch. Well, thank you for that, JR. Much appreciated, buddy. Definitely appreciate it. Here, let me get out of here. Paul, you also were able to watch this one. I had this one on my list of stuff to watch, but I didn't get to actually watch it. But guy was making a 3D printer out of just whatever he had running around, is what I was understanding on it. Is that like what he just built the whole thing?
Yeah, it just parts he could find and just put it together. I mean, he used it's funny because the bed is what he really talks about in that video, and it's just plexiglass, and he used what's the one, jigsaw or whatever, and just he's like, don't use it, it'll melt it. But he goes, and he's like, but it works for me. It's like, hey man, wow. if that's, I think it's one of those, hey, he's learning how to make it. I think that's what's really cool. Is it the prettiest thing in the world? No. But at that point, does it really matter the amount of time and effort and everything he's had to put into it to get that far? I'm Just like awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah, at least his nozzle's not a hot glue gun, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be bad. But yeah, it's pretty cool looking. I mean, he's got his Arduino there and the little drivers and everything, and it was just all pieced together. So I thought that would be a pretty cool one to watch. So definitely have to go back and check it out. Just ran out of time because I didn't have any reception on the side of the mountain in the middle of the night when I wasn't sleeping.
In a van down by the river.
Yeah. The next one here is Formlabs came out with a new printer this week. They put out a couple of videos actually about it. Like they had their big unveiling on it, and then this commercially video of it and stuff like that. But it seems pretty cool. I mean, it's a lot faster than what the other. It's a resin printer, obviously, but they were talking in the big discussion of the unveiling of it and about how many printers they've been selling and stuff like that. So I mean, Formlabs is a great printer company. I mean, they make some high end stuff. I mean, this thing is I want to say it was like $3,000 or $4,000 if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember exactly, but it was pretty cool just watching the what you can do with this thing. I don't know if a lot of people know, but that Smile Direct Club, those retainer things, those are all 3D printed. And they were showing on this machine, they were making 9 of them in less than 10 minutes, on a plate. And it was taking like 40 seconds to do each one, which I thought was pretty wild. But
were they the same one that they put out? Was that the same batch of videos where they put out the versus a injection mold?
I don't know if they put one out on that or not. I wouldn't doubt that they did.
Because I think it was for the Formlab, but they were comparing, I think like 4 Formlabs versus 1 injection molder or something.
Yeah, it sounds like something that they would have done with this because that's what they were kind of talking about during that during their keynote stuff. So,
but that was kind of funny though, because they're like, "See, we kept up with the injection molding," and one of my favorite comments was, "Yeah, but you didn't include cleanup time, cleaning those."
I think what the point of that was it's as fast as doing that, but you don't have the added cost of the mold for the injection mold.
Yeah, because those are what, $10,000 a pop.
Easy. Yeah, depending on what it is. So that the case study for 3D printing is pretty awesome in a lot of things.
Yeah.
But pretty sweet. But yeah, it's pretty neat commercial video to watch if you want to go check these out. The next one I wanted to watch was or that I did watch, James Bruton. This guy's cool. I like this guy a lot. He's been making some pretty cool stuff, and this is his latest iteration of a screw bike. So a couple of videos ago, he'd kind of made essentially the same thing, but it was an earlier version of it, obviously. But it was using one of those hoverboard wheelie things, and he used basically used that to make a rideable bike. And so this is like his next iteration of that even. And it looks so cool, like moving around and stuff. It would be so much fun to ride. But it keeps its balance. It can move sideways and do 360s or whatever, and all that. So pretty neat setup. Most of it's 3D printed, but like he uses his CNC to do parts of it too, where more strength is needed and stuff, or plywood and stuff. And I thought that was pretty cool, pretty fun. But he's riding it,
driving that thing.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
He's like riding it in his living room. Like he's like going around. I'm like, man, my wife would kick my face in because I'd be putting holes in the wall when it tips over. But he's just in there playing around.
My first thought was, can I hang on for 8 seconds?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be. It has to be weird to get on it at first, but you probably get used to it really quickly. I got a pair of Segway clones from a customer of mine a little while back, and this past week we put batteries in one of them to give it a whirl. And so I actually rode this stupid thing around on my driveway and all that. And you the first few seconds of getting on it, you're kind of like, whoa, you're trying to fight it because you're trying to keep yourself straight and up and standing, and you won't. But once you let the machine just do its thing, you're fine, and it'll just keep you upright, and you don't have to fight it. And but I'm sure that this thing is very similar to that and would be pretty fun to run. The only thing I wish he did something different for the turning, because he had it on a thumb switch, but I'm sure there's a way around that. But who knows? But pretty fun.
Be working better than the Tesla truck.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think I did. I see that there was a recall on those things. That a bunch of them have been recalled now.
Yeah,
not surprising. I haven't. You would think that because of the techiness of stuff that I like to watch, and I like cars and all that stuff, that I would watch a video or two on those. I have not watched one video on a Tesla Cybertruck. I have no interest in them. I never have. It's the most god awful design ever.
I thought it was. I liked the design because it wasn't normal, because so many times it's like, can you really tell a difference from a Dodge and a Ford? I mean, very personally, I don't pay attention to cars, so they all, someone's like, what was that car or truck? And I'm like,
yeah.
But I see that going by, I'm like, oh, that's a Tesla truck.
Yeah.
I don't care for all the issues with it, but I thought the design was pretty cool. And, I thought it was a brave step, even if it failed. And,
I laughed the other day because I saw an image of one that was fully body wrapped to look like a Ford F-150.
Yeah, they were
definitely better, but
they were doing that with some of the pre-production ones so that people weren't just eyeballing it all over the place, trying to get them to blend in a little bit more. But I don't know. I'm not a real fan of Elon, to be honest with you, but whatever. That's a whole other story. But anyway, all right. Well, moving on. Kim and Garrett make stuff, make it. I screw it up every time I say it. They actually had this, and then they actually just put out a video earlier today that I got to watch. But it's kind of a cool video on laser kerfing and stuff you can do with kerf and the effects of it and stuff like that. I thought this was a pretty good video. I mean, it was quick and concise and got to the point of what they were talking about, and gave you some good info, being able to use it for live edge hinges or being able to interlock stuff together, all that good stuff. Pretty cool. The video that they came out with today, they have a Mira laser that they were sent by whoever makes that. They made a new a stand for going to craft shows and stuff like that completely breaks down in flat packs. And I thought that was pretty cool how they did it up, and they even burnt up some cardboard in the video by accident. They were like, don't leave your machine unattended while they're showing the thing catching fire. So good times. Next one was old Thomas here. made with layers. This was I found this one funny because of my work that I've been doing with my product design stuff, and one of the things that I was looking up was threaded insert stuff, like trying to make sure I had the holes the right size in the design and stuff like that. So when this one popped up, like immediately as I was starting to look for it, like it was a couple hours old when I first saw it. I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting that's right there. There we go. So, but it's pretty cool. He uses a bunch of different stuff that wasn't meant to be in 3D printing, and different inserts and how they held up, like in pull through strength and all that stuff. So pretty interesting. More of the scientific side of things.
I'm gonna have to watch that. I didn't get to that one.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Definitely pretty good. It's kind of well, it's not really surprising when you're looking at those 5 entries here, which one is the one that performed the best. But I think the overall thought that I took away from it was just use the threaded inserts. You know, he has one of these. One of the ones that he uses in this video is like, he's like, I'm changing over to all these. No, I took it out. You know, if you really need that much strength out of a 3D print, you're probably using the wrong. You probably shouldn't be 3D printing stuff with it, whatever it is that you're making. So, but whatever. It's a good time. So he always does good videos. So, moving on, we have the model factory builds. So these guys, you guys know, I've kind of gotten onto a RC model kick over the past year or so. Even though I haven't driven any of the RC models, I kind of like just building it with the dune buggies and all that good stuff. But this one was pretty cool. These guys are from like where were they from, Paul? It was it Hungary?
Hungary. I think that's where. I remember kind of where it was in the video.
Yeah, I think they're somewhere in like Eastern Europe.
Yeah,
and I mean, you see this video is 47 minutes long, almost 48 minutes long. It's worth it to watch it. It's entertaining. It's very entertaining to watch. He shows how they build their new design, their new chassis that they call Destiny, but they the filming and everything that went into it, it's worth watching. I very much enjoyed it, and I was really surprised when I went to their website to go. I was like, all right, because the 3D sets, those guys, I don't know what it is about Europeans and designing 3D printed RC stuff, but they're all about it over there. But the 3D sets, you know, design files for any particular design, you know, $30 to $50 or so for all the stuff, but it's very detail oriented. You know, everything, the realism in everything that is built on that is very spot on. And so the differences with the other guys that do different stuff, like these guys, this chassis is free. Like the files for this chassis are free on their website.
Not socialism.
Yeah, making cracks. And then like they built this chassis in particular on this video for a VW Golf body that they are releasing. And when I was looking at their website, the files for the Golf body are like $5. It was less than $5. I think it was $4 something with the exchange rate. It's a really nice representation of like a Mark II VW Golf. And I thought it was pretty sweet. Like you don't get with the 3D set stuff, you get the interior and stuff like that. With these guys, they're just concerned about the exterior of it. They had like a Lamborghini Diablo body. They have some like an it was an M3 like coupe body. Yeah, a bunch of different ones. They have like an old Mustang fastback body too. A bunch of the different ones, but they weren't expensive at all. And they're making it so that this new chassis will work with all the different bodies, and or some other body that you want to do. So it's pretty neat. But they go into a lot of detail on how they decided to do X, Y, or Z. You could build the whole thing with one particular size of bearing if you want to, or you and they all have everything with one size screws, like M4, M5 screws, not lengthwise, different lengths, but the one bolt head size, I guess.
And we went with millimeters because 90% of the world uses it.
Yeah. It's definitely entertaining. So even if you don't give two craps about remote control car stuff, give them 5 minutes of watching their video and enjoy it, because they put a lot of work into it, and it's pretty good.
And it's educational, even if you're not into the car. Like I'm not into car, but I was like, oh, okay, you're gonna pick up stuff you can use in other things. So they go a lot into the here's you're designing something for 3D printing. Here's some of the things that we thought about by doing it this way or that way. So it's definitely pretty good. Yeah,
very fun. 3D sets that you have, I know there's a cost to that. Like I think it's $35, but how much for like all the parts and smarts on top of that to actually have a fully functioning thing like this?
All the electronics and everything is about $100.
Okay.
Yeah, not too bad, I guess. It's a bit. You can go super cheap on stuff, like you can get a controller and stuff for $25-$30 if you want, or you can spend $300-$400 on a controller. Just depends on what one you want and what you want it to do or whatever. But yeah, like with this one, you're really not buying extra. Like you're buying screws and you're buying the electronics and a battery and a motor, and that's it. Like, so it's it was pretty cool. I mean, I would think that you could probably, you definitely could build this whole car for less than $100. I think even with the body and everything, I think you could do it for less than $100.
Well, the 3D printing aspect of it intrigues me, because I know my son, the first thing he's going to do is ramp it and crash it and destroy it. So able to just go and 3D print more parts would be great. Yeah.
Well, and that's the great thing about it, is that you smash something up, you can just go print another part to it. And that's one thing that you should watch this video, because that's what they're trying to make, like an indestructible chassis, because they know people are going to try to jump them and stuff like that, and so that's a big part of the way they design stuff with this one. It was pretty good. I definitely gave them a follow, and we'll probably be buying one of the bodies here pretty shortly.
Is that printed out of PLA or?
Yeah.
Well, they printed the chassis on this one out of ABS.
Oh, okay.
But like, I don't see why you couldn't do it out of PLA. It should be fine. There really shouldn't be a reason why you couldn't. That's what I would do anyway.
Did you catch the B-roll on one of their cars that had the wings that popped out so it couldn't tip over?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it was pretty good. So, but good deal. Going here to Super Fast Matt. This was a couple weeks ago. This was my now for something different video guy, but this week he was actually talking about CNC stuff, and so it really fit with what he's doing. He's built a land speed car, and he's run it a few times without a body, but now it's time to put a body on it so he can go faster. And so he's building it out of foam, and then he'll do it out of fiberglass and all that good stuff. But he has his Onefinity, and was showing some of the issues that he was having trying to carve this thing, the rear section that he starts with. And so that, which actually brings me up with Paul and Kenneth on here. Did you have any issues with yours, like squaring it up when you put it together? Because that's one thing that Matt is had a problem with. His gantries were off a little bit, so he even shows it because he built himself like a vacuum table for it and all that, and then he noticed that pieces still were not fitting properly, and so after he looks at it, he realizes that it's one. This is the extreme, but one of the sides was off or whatever.
No, mine was just dead flat, and I didn't even have to tram mine. It was right on the money when I put it together.
Yeah, I didn't left to right. I didn't have to do much other than just loosen the bolts and kind of just junk it a little bit. But as far as tramming it, bringing it outwards, I had to bring it out quite a bit to get mine. I have seen in several of the videos, people have put like a brass shim plate under one side of the gantry foot just to bring it up or down. But that was kind of the extreme, is maybe a couple thou.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah, I hadn't really thought about that with people with the Onefinities, but like as he's talking about it, I was like, wow, that really makes sense. I wonder if you guys, anybody else had any problems like that.
If his is off very much, he had to get in touch with Onefinity because they're real good to deal with. Yeah.
He also had a bow in his X-Care gantry too. So he ordered the Stiffy.
Yeah, I've got a Stiffy on mine.
Yeah. In hopes that I guess it would help and get it going. So pretty awesome.
So he could build a diaper.
Yeah, he could build a diaper that's what he called the back end of the of his car.
What's he carving the car out of?
The pink foam from Home Depot.
Oh, that's what I carved my big sign I made out of pink foam, and the only problem I had was if you get the bit going too fast, it'll melt the foam and glob up the cutter. And yeah. I when I did my letters, I used cheap cutters. I didn't use good cutters, and that could be part of the problem. But I didn't know how I was going to react, and I didn't want to mess up a good cutter. So I bought some Chinese cutters off of Amazon and used those.
Yeah, he was using he had like a 5-inch tall cutter on, bits on these things, hogging it out. It's like, wow, these things are huge.
And wasn't it a ball nose too?
Yeah, he had a ball nose and some kind of regular end mill. But
I think he was saying, he went with the ball nose because he didn't want to switch it out, and then was like, I probably should have just spent the extra minute switching it out because when he was putting it together, the layers were a little bit off, but.
Yeah, and then he discovers why it was really off, but he entertaining to say the least. I definitely enjoy him.
The best part was the spray paint. Some random dude on the internet said I could do it. It wouldn't melt.
Then he shows it melting. Turns out the random internet guy was wrong.
Don't use this as a skim coat. I'm going to use it as a skim coat.
Oh, there's a problem with that. So, all right. Well, that was all the main videos and good stuff that we were chatting about today. But so our now for something different video. well, it isn't really a video; it's a channel. So this is a obscurest vinyl. Don't listen. Well, they're songs that they're what like AI generated songs, and they're all like old school style. Like 50s, 60s. Most of them are like that kind of a style song or what have you. But I wouldn't listen to any of them with any small people around. Because here's one of the songs. My arms are just blank and stuck like this, and it's entertaining. I got quite a laugh out of listening to a few minutes of each of these. But they seem to have just come about in the last. Supposedly the channel's been around for a couple of years, but in the last couple of weeks they've been pumping out some videos. There's it's raining BS, and then come back, baby. I'm a friend of your father. It's like, I mean, there's some pretty funny ones, about pooping on company time, and there's a lot about poop. I mean, the poop is a common reference in these songs, but they're pretty funny if you like comedic songs and don't mind some language.
There's some good ideas there for album art.
Yeah, right. You do one of those. Yeah, if you need a if you need a good one for Maker's Rock, right. You can do that one.
and you could send it to somebody to have in their house because you wouldn't want it in yours.
Yeah.
Oh, now I might have to do
it. Matt,
yeah. Be pretty good. I was planning on doing a Kicks one, but now that Paul said that, maybe we're going to change Avenues. I've got a week, so probably won't happen.
Forge, so
yeah. So it'd be pretty funny though. Oh man, well, good times. So, let me check the chat here, see if there's anything anybody needed to we need to catch up with. Paul, do you have anything else for us this week?
Paul, me?
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
Not that I can think of anyway.
Oh, well, thanks for participating.
Do I get a participant medal or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you as soon as I'm done with my Maker's Rock.
Okay. All right.
Maybe it'll be this one.
Well, since you got that fast machine, you can spit out a Maker's Rock thing in 45 minutes or an hour?
I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. They did just release the new version of it the other day, so there's like a full updated version of their of the HueForge software. So
yeah, I got their update.
Yeah, be pretty good. Let's see. JR's got something here for us. Anyone have a strong preference when building a network server rack in terms of using the pre-drilled 2024 screw holes versus using a cage nut style insert? I'm not good with that stuff. Darren over at Solar Stuff, he says cage nuts are his preference. Let's see here. Cool. So I'm going to go with cage nuts, JR. We'll be finishing the rack tonight after the show and have the option to use either as the rack face is reversible. Okay. I would say if you could do the cage nuts and you have them available, I'd use those then, because Darren is the only one of us that knows. Oh yeah, see, screw holes can strip. Yes, very true.
That's what Jerry just said here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Harry's. I've seen one Cybertruck in the wild. Yeah, evidently there's a lot of craziness going on with those. Like a bunch of people in California are getting them, but people that have prepaid orders throughout the rest of the country aren't getting them.
I saw one on the back of a trailer.
Oh, did you? Ooh, that's very cool. I haven't seen one yet. Usually we see all that stuff around here, but we haven't seen any. They're the new Corvettes in San Francisco. Yeah. Oh,
Well, Rob Schuster is out there. Did anybody see his when he was on Garrett's show the other night? He was really interesting. He did a good job.
oh, that's good. Good for you, Mr. Rob Schuster. Good deal. There you go.
Now I got to go back and watch it.
So you're not? Or you?
No, I got to go back and watch it. I have such a backlog of stuff to watch. I'm just like, I got to find time to actually. That's when I want to watch, not just have on in the background.
Yeah.
It was like an interesting interview, and Rob talked a lot about his rotary CNC and how it works, and that was really interesting.
Cool. Very cool. Rob's a good dude. I use standard screws, but they do strip out. Yep. Oh, and Jerry is also talking about all the parts list that we were talking about with the remote control cars. R2D2's part list is killing him. Yeah, I can imagine seeing all the. That's got a lot, I'm sure.
I like to make stuff where he built his. He 3D printed a lot of his R2D2.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Elkins is out there. Hey, Cody. How you doing, buddy? Oh, yeah. Jerry, he just got the Destiny chassis and the Mustang body. Zero Charger. I was going to buy the Mustang body file, but it was free. Oh, wow. Man, I might have to go get that because that's what my wife's dream car is. So
social. Oh,
yeah. We'll have to go take care of that.
I'm sorry. I'm
it's funny. It's definitely funny. Let's see here. DBR is going to do an upgrade for his air assist to CO2 tomorrow. Nice. Very good. I think you'll like it. I haven't done the air assist upgrade to mine yet, but I'm sure that's going to be in the works at some point here. Make sure you get a good water to air separator.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, yeah. And Earl got to go sit in one. Ooh. And test drove a couple cars. Very cool. Very cool. Mr. Hammerquist, you got anything for us, sir, before we get out of here?
Oh, I have a fun video where I YOLO it, installing the super longboard.
Yeah.
What a fun, just me trying to figure things out on the fly. Go check that one out.
I thought I had that one in here to talk about tonight, but I didn't see it. I put them all on here, but I don't know what happened. I apologize.
Oh, it's all good. It was a fun video. It was a little bit different than what I'm used to. I'm used to planning things out, going pretty much in detail. But like Kenneth, I got kids too. I just did not have the time and wanted to get that out. And hopefully tomorrow we'll have the 2-week review, unboxing and my 2-week thoughts on the PS1. Right?
Nice.
Call. Yeah. My daughter makes an appearance. So if you don't want to watch the unboxing, skip to at least the part with my daughter. It's funny. We have a 4-minute conversation of why I should not move my CNC machine into my room. And then I have, just some closing thoughts. So
nice.
Hopefully that'll be all done tomorrow.
Awesome.
I mean, I'm working on my Maker's Rock tomorrow.
Well, and that too.
Yes. Yeah.
Definitely need to work on that.
Yeah.
Just make sure your arms aren't freaking stuck like that. Kenneth, you got anything else for us, buddy?
No, not really. Give Ryan a thumbs up on this, and thanks for having me on for sure. For me, I just hope to be making some chips soon, and I would like to hopefully get some videos out there. obviously with kiddos, it's just like, just get the project done. I don't want to get the camera out, everything else, but maybe we'll start getting some more videos out there.
There you go.
So
Hey, just remember, you can always make them silent ones. You don't have to have a bunch of words and stuff. So even if they're yakking and you're filming it, it doesn't matter. You can just shut the sound off and play music. True. There's lots of people out there that do it that way. I actually preferred it when I was doing when I do videos like that. It's like, it doesn't matter. I don't have to ramble. You know? So it's good times.
I do have one more thing.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to my lovely wife. Well, happy early birthday. Love you. Yeah. Awesome. We, went bowling and did laser tag last night.
Nice.
Still undefeated if you take out the you take out the 5-year-old who literally, I was right there behind him shooting him in the back and it wouldn't do anything, and he just turned around and shoot me, and I'm like stunned. So I'm still claiming undefeated.
It was on God mode.
You mean you beat your wife on her birthday?
She beat me in bowling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So happy birthday, love.
There you go. Happy birthday. So, all right. Oh, and for me, I got nothing but love for everybody except for the great outdoors this weekend. I've had enough of that. I could barely walk. So, everybody else, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next week with episode 43. This was Mariano Rivera episode. So, the old number 42. So. You guys have a great weekend. We'll see you later. Peace out, sauerkraut.